two wines which we produce. They're both called Julia Florista. This is a Julia Florista White, and this is a Julia Florista Red. For us, specifically for our winery, the wines start with an idea, because we think wine is about atmosphere, it's about romance. And so we wanted to bring a wine that is democratic, that over-delivers, and we wanted to capture the essence of Julia Florista, who was a famous fadista, a Fado singer, and a contemporary of Edith Piaf in circa, I believe, 1920s. And she was also a flower seller. She was a flower girl. And as she was sold, she would sing Fado, and she'd sing about her life, her many loves. And she was always struggling financially. She was very slender. And so we wanted to do something that really captured her. So we have our interpretation of Julia Florista by day and Julia Florista by night. So hence you have the white and the red. So Julia Florista by day, or white wine, is essentially is very floral, quite fruity, minerally. We have here a blend of three varieties, which is Fernão, Pires, Arinto, and Muscatel. And Muscatel gives it that lovely floral note. Here, of course, we have the Julia Florista Red, or Julia Florista by night, if you like, which is a blend of Tinta Roriz and Castelão. But I will start with a Julia Florista White. We wanted to make certain that the wines were democratic and that they over-delivered. Now, I think you can deliver at most price points, but when you start with the more democratic segments, it's much more difficult because you haven't room for a single mistake, so it has to be perfect every single time. And so here we have the lovely blend, which I've already mentioned, which is Fernão Pires, which gives it that lovely roundness and body. And then you have Arinto, which gives it the minerality and the acidity, and the Muscatel that gives it the lovely, also floral nose of white flowers, which is quite expressive on here. So straight away, you feel the minerality and the acidity and the citrus notes and the touch of apple notes. And as well, I would say almost a touch of Mirabelle, just all the way at the back palate. And it's a sort of a expression that stays with you for quite a long time. It's fantastic because the acidity acts as the backbone of the wine. You essentially compare it with slightly fattier things as well as seafoods. It complements really well things like prawns, oysters actually, and of course risotto, because the risotto is quite creamy, pork belly, salads, and I would say chicken goes really well with those things.
There's great flexibility to it with that little acidity and that softness, that roundness to it.
Absolutely, there is great flexibility to it with the acidity and the softness. And one of the actually nicest things that we hear about our wines is that people come to us and say, we've had your wines for our wedding, we've had your wines for our christening, we've had your wines for Christmas celebration, office parties. And the idea that someone is willing to share their big day with us is incredibly moving, because usually those kinds of celebrations are the gambit of champagne. But for us, the fact that people are willing to spend their money and to share their day with us is possibly one of the greatest achievements I think that we've made. For the Julia Florista Red, or how we thought she might be by night, if you like, it's just really soft and fruity, quite generous. The nose has lots of red fruit, a little bit of bramble fruit as well. I would like to say lots of plum. Very soft and fruity. Nice soft tannins with a lovely, lovely length. again, the acidity is there and quite present, and again, it complements the wine, but also there's a lovely roundness to it. So, just as the wine is white wine is gastronomic, the red Julia Florista again complements incredibly well. I personally love to have it with a big chunk of aged Parmesan, some breadsticks and olives, but also equally with pizza and pasta or grilled meats, things like lamb and beef, and it's incredibly juicy. You can really feel the length of it on your back palate. It just keeps going on. And actually, in the summer, I like to chill it a little bit and have a glass chilled as an aperitif and just enjoy it on its own as well. So, we are quite fortunate actually with the climate, because where the winery is located, some of our vineyards are only 15 kilometers from the cliffs, from the seaside, and so even though it gets 40 degrees during the day, the temperature at nighttime drops to about 14, so there's this wonderful opportunity for the vines to rest and hence build up the acidity and give you that excellent balance. I think wines without acidity is almost like a mute opera singer, a mute diva, because they need, the acidity acts as a backbone and a backdrop for all the other things that are happening in the wines. Well, we hope to see you in Portugal. Come and see us and visit the winery, taste the wines. And it's been wonderful speaking to you and presenting these wines. And signing out, Victoria Ivanyushkina. Cheers.